So Crowder came out and pretty much exposed the Daily Wire, or at least some people might think so, right? Came out and spoke on him, showed the contract of the offer that they made him, and now Candace Owens is speaking on it, man. I want to check it out because you know I rock with Candace Owens, man. Don't forget to hit that like button, drop some comments, subscribe as well. Let's listen to what the Queen got to say, man. And let's try to be unbiased.
30 years old. So just wanted to throw that little tidbit out there. All right. So this was a very big story, and I got tons of tweets from people asking me about Steven Crowder. People were saying, you need to speak out for Steven Crowder. Candace, blink twice.
I hope it's not fast, guys. Like, it's not too fast. I usually listen to things on double speed. So bear with me if it's too fast.
If you're under duress, all sorts of comments like that. And I had no idea what they were talking about. I obviously then went to Steven Crowder's YouTube page and I saw a video that he had put up, and he was discussing a company who were essentially offering him what he thought amounted to a slave contract. It was very heavily implied throughout that the company was the Daily Wire. He said it wasn't the Blaze. He said that they were ad reads, that the company offered him a lot of money, and that he wouldn't sell out. You know, it was this super, I'm a martyr and I'm not selling out to you. And the comments reflected that. Yay, Steven, you're a hero. Before I even give you my feedback, let's just hear Steven in his own words.
Big tech is in bed with big con. The people I thought were fighting for you, a lot of it has been a big con. Now, I'm specifically avoiding naming names or going after individuals in this video because I genuinely hope that those I'm addressing, and you know who you are, have a change of heart. Don't sign these contracts. I now know what you are signing out there. I have the luxury of not having to. Let me go through this. If any of the major platforms issues a content strike such that Crowder cannot be monetized on such a platform, the fee will be reduced by 25%. And then another 20% of it happens on Apple. And then another 10% of it happens on Facebook. And then another 10% of it happens on Spotify. And then if you get a strike, meaning a suspension, another 20%. Just to drive it home. You get hit by a car, you have a sick day, you can lose $100,000 a day. This is what's sent out to everybody.
All right, so
and that does sound crazy, right? I did watch the Daily Wire's video on that. And from what they said, man, you could have just, did the episodes in bulk, right? So like when it comes to sick days, especially me, right? I'm independent and I do my episodes of my podcast and do things like that. It didn't seem like Crowder was getting a bad deal, bro. Because I would have been knocking out episodes like weeks, months, years in advance, bro. The way I work, especially if I had enough money to be able to get it like a whole production team, yeah, I'd have been doing it easy.
The gist of this, it is a super predatory contract. And like I said, he never explicitly said Daily Wire, but it's very clear that he was talking about Daily Wire because how many organizations do you know are big enough to offer him, Steven Crowder, what he should, or around the range of what he should be paid, that does ad reads. Obviously, it's not going to be Fox News. It's not going to be PragerU, their 501c3 or Turning Point USA. And he mentioned explicitly that it wasn't the Blaze. So to me, it was sort of like he said, the Schmaley Schmeier, but I'm not naming any names. And I'm going to tell you two things that I thought. First and foremost, to give something a name like the Big Con, obviously, it was mudslinging. And if this was the Daily Wire, which I wasn't...
It was a shot. It was a shot. He said he wasn't saying no names, but we got to be honest, man. You got to be honest. People knew it was the Daily Wire. They knew before Daily Wire even came out and confirmed it.
Entirely sure that it was, but as I said, it was heavily implied. And he also threw mud on me. He threw mud on Matt Walsh. He threw mud on Michael Knowles. He threw mud on every single person, Brett Cooper, that works for Daily Wire by implying that we are signing these contracts and he is heroic for not.
He took shots. He pretty much was saying that they were slaves, right? And I don't mean that in a racial sense. I'm talking about like in a business sense. He kind of made it seem like that was the case.
Signing it and pulling out extras to the contract to say basically we're beholden to big tech, right? And I don't like that. If you want to rev up your engine and fire up your big truck, don't get mud on my car, right? That's my thing. If you want to go to war, keep me out of it. At least say this was a contract that was offered to me. He kind of makes this plea. And again, people were just on board with it. But I will also be honest that I was a bit disturbed. Like I said, heavy accusations that this is how the contract is being handled. This would mean and imply that I was working for an organization that is not acting in the capacity of how I would like them to act, right? Or acting in good faith for the talent. And it felt predatory. So the first thing that I did was I reached out.
Okay, so she wanted to make sure, like, she like, yo, my contract ain't like that. I don't know what he talking about. My contract not like that. So let me reach out and see what's going on here. I understand you, Candace.
Out to executives here and was like, what is this? Are you guys going to respond to this? I want to know whether or not you're actually treating people poorly behind the scenes because it matters to me. It's always mattered to me. Okay. You can speak to any organization that's ever worked with me. I have a very good reputation. I maintain friendships with everybody. I do. I don't personally know Steven Crowder. To be honest, the first time I ever had any correspondence with him, he was a bit of a dick to me. You can bleep that out, whatever. But
oh damn, they ain't bleep nothing out. Oh wow. Oh, she telling us how she really feel. She letting us know. She like, hey, hey, this is what happened. Is what it is. Take that. With that, what you will.
he offered me online comment a show. I said yes. And an hour later, he lied and said that I canceled, and I never did. And then he corrected it and said, oh, we got confused. And I just thought that's pretty crappy that you publicly tweeted. At the time, I think he had more followers than me, that I canceled on your show and I never did. But anyways, I never met him in person.
That is wild.
And I think
if that's what happened, that's wild. That's mad wild.
He's tremendously talented, and I laughed all the way through his Lexi Night coverage. So I didn't really have a horse in this race, and I wanted the Daily Wire to respond to it. I said, you have to respond to this. This makes us all look guilty. People are now thinking I signed a contract with this. Like I sold my soul to the devil. This is the implication here. So Jeremy Boring, the co-CEO of Daily Wire, did in fact give a response. Actually, a thorough response, a 1 hour response last night, which I watched later than
I reacted to that. Check that out. That's on this channel. Check that out. I definitely reacted to that.
my bedtime, I would say. And he went through the contract that they offered Stephen line by line. Again, it was an hour long, so I absolutely cannot play it right now. It would cover the entire show, but you should take the time. You should watch it because he adds clarity and he expands. He goes.
I watched it. I gave my opinion too, man. I gave my opinion. I made it kind of shorter than what the whole video was too as well. Because I was like, damn, this is a long, detailed video. So I broke it down. I went, did some laundry while I was listening to it, came back and told you guys what I figured it out to all be.
Goes through the entire contract. There could not have been more transparency. He goes through the entire contract that was offered, and it allows people to actually discern what really went down. And what really went down, according to Jeremy, and I'm very interested to see what Stephen's response is that Stephen became a free agent. He left the Blaze. The Daily Wire offered him a contract, a huge contract, by the way, $50 million they offered him. First, they said, we won't even talk unless you offer a big amount. But Daily Wire came back and offered $50 million. And then Stephen's agent wrote back.
50 mil is crazy. 50 mil is crazy, man. That's a lot. That's a lot of money.
That they wanted $120 million.
But I am saying that from my perspective. Maybe it's not a lot to Crowder.
Basically, you wanted $120 million over the span of 4 years, which, by the way, pretty unrelatable. Okay, this was last year. I think Jeremy said had this all went down in September of last year. And then Jeremy went back and said that there was no way they could afford that. Months passed, and I don't know, Stephen Crowder, new year, new me, popped up in January and was like, actually, it's new year, it's new me, and F you, Daily Wire. I'm not okay with the fact that you even offered me this contract in the first place. By the way, it was a term sheet, not a contract, okay? So Stephen Crowder...
That does sound crazy when it's like months later, man. That does sound real iffy, right? And I'm all for being independent and not wanting to be with like, big tech and these major companies and all that, I understand. But that does like seem iffy. Like, why not put that out immediately? Right? If you really felt that way, why not come out immediately with that?
Crowder is relying on the ignorance of people who don't know how business works, okay? Who don't understand that this is how it works. They put an initial offer on the table, and then what happens is you go get your lawyers, and they go over every single line, okay? So my contract with the Daily Wire took us 5 months to negotiate. Lawyers going over every single line. They got me a term sheet. I said, no way to this. Here's what I'm saying. They say, no way to this. Then I say, no, and you go back and forth, and this is just business negotiation.
That's how business does, yeah. Yeah, the first contract is always like horrible compared to what it's going to be at the negotiations. So yeah, she is saying facts right there. Like, you be like, nah, nope, not rolling with that. And, negotiate. And I think he knew that. Man. I see a lot of people saying that this is promotion for like his company. Maybe. Possibly.
Negotiations is nothing personal, okay? And of course, if I did not believe in something that I was signing or I thought it was disadvantageous, we talk it out. And they explain their logic, and I explain my logic and what my fears are. This is totally normal in the capacity of contracts everywhere signed. And yet, by removing some crucial information in his initial video, and like I said, I felt the same way as people that watched it at first, it made it seem as though the Daily Wire was just trying to enslave Stephen Crowder. It's just not fair what Stephen Crowder did. I think that honestly, he was acting a bit like a child actor, and I think it's incredibly immature to not give people all...
Said a child actor, yikes. Go ahead, Candace. Tell them how you really feel. Go ahead.
The information up front, right?
Yeah.
To refuse to name specific names and to therefore sling mud onto every single person. And it's egocentric, right? It's going, this was my experience, and therefore it must be everybody else's experience. And so I'm going to be the hero by saying that everyone's under duress and you can come to me so I can start my own company. At the end of the day, I think what happened, and this is completely my opinion, by the way, so I'm not blinking twice and not under duress, is that Stephen Crowder became a free agent and he's feeling a little vulnerable right now, right? He's
like, let me make sure that you guys know, hey, I ain't blank. I might be blinking. That's because I'm high.
Used to working for other organizations. He has some guaranteed pay. And he thought that Daily Wire were actually going to meet him at $120 million. They didn't. They declined. And he's still feeling a little shaky on that. It's scary to go out on your own. I thought about it. I thought about going out on my own. It's a lot of work. Maybe down the line I will. But it's a scary thing to step out on your own and say, I'm going to do this thing completely by myself. As Jeremy pointed out, Steven's not done that before, right? And so to do this, he pulled a move in which he was going to...
It is hard, fam, to be independent. That's real talk. That's real talk, man.
Try to take a bunch of people that were subscribed to the Daily Wire, and start his own company. So essentially say, I'm the hero, I'm the martyr, follow me because I'm not like those guys. And then he was going to start his own shop. And that's what he's trying to do. And some people fell for it and said, I'm with you to the end, I'm Mug Club till I die. And didn't understand that really nothing happened here other than nobody wanted to pay Steven Crowder $120 million. So he turned to his viewers who he thinks are stupid. Stupid enough, not business.
Yo, she going in. Candace going in, bro. Yeah, I could tell she feel the type of way, man.
Negotiations work, right? Like this is like normal. You kick it back and forth, and they were going to make up for his loss. So people that are upset by his video, the millions of people who watched it, are now going to give him $1, whatever it costs to be in the Mug Club, and they're going to become the $120 million that he feels that he deserves. First of all, I'm just going to say this: unrelatable. Unrelatable. People are trying to pay for bacon and eggs right now at the grocery store, trying to buy a steak once a week, and you're over here crying because somebody couldn't meet you at $120 million, and it is crying.
120 million that's a lot. That's a whole lot of money. Now I don't know what it's like for Crowder. That could be nothing. He'd be like, psh, psh, that's nothing. That's light work to, but he could be on that type of time. We don't know. We don't know, Viv.
I don't like it. It was a total bitch move. There are plenty of things that happen across all organizations in the conservative movement where I will
Hey, yo, she going in. She's going crazy.
Say that I empathize and with Steven Crowder and saying that sometimes you feel like a cynic, which is like, is everybody selling out? Are people doing this? People doing that? There are a lot of things that Daily Wire has done that I disagree with. There's a lot of things that Turning Point has done that I disagree with. There are things perhaps that PragerU has done that I disagree with. I have worked with all of these companies, right? But to do a total bitch move and go out to the public rather than trying.
Damn, multiple times, multiple B words. Damn, man. She riding for the team. I will say that.
To resolve these things and these slight differences behind the scenes, and to make it seem like you're the hero and you're the true one, and you keep it authentic when something really nothing happened other than you didn't like an initial term sheet, and all you gotta do is tell them that and tell them what you didn't like and go back and forth with lawyers like everybody else. I think it's crappy. I think Steven is a little egocentric. He probably will do better on his own. I don't think he knows how to plan a team. And by the way, the last thing I'm going to say, because I'm going on Tim Pool tonight, so I'm going to say it anyways later, is that I'm pretty sure
she went on Tim Pool. Damn, I have to check that out. She went on Tim Pool. Oh, I might have to check. I'm definitely gonna have to check that out. Yeah, I'm gonna need to go through that.
Wasn't it Steven Crowder who also screwed over somebody he used to work with? Was it not Gay Jared because he had him tied up in a contract? Wasn't that Steven Crowder who did that? So is he supposed to be the moral high bar?
I don't know about that situation. Damn. I don't know anything about that.
To call him out for that. Here's the thing. Steven, why don't you release Not Gay Jared from his NDA and allow him to talk about how he felt he was treated by you? Because I know that at the Blaze, everyone says that you're actually not that nice. You treat people poorly.
Yo, she's going for him. She's going for the juggler. Candace is not playing.
But you bring in so much revenue that everybody just has to take it. So I don't like it. It stinks to high heaven. And I'm calling you out on that because I think it was crappy that you threw mud on me. Did it the first time via a tweet a long time ago. You're not doing it a second time. Total bitch move. Next. All right, guys, switching gears here. You know,
you can tell she felt the way about the tweet. She felt the way about the tweet. Fam, she went for him. She went for him. Let me know what you think in the comment section, man. Subscribe as well, man. Whoa, y'all know I rock with Candace. Damn. And she went in. I gotta hear what Crowder had to say, man. Sign up for my Patreon as well if you're able to. And if not, don't worry about it, man. Do not worry about it.